Hello everyone, welcome to the series Decode Pig Butchering Scam, Episode 2. Last time we talked about how to detect when the scammer first approached the victim. They're trying to build a connection and trust through social media. More than likely, they will send you the fake pictures, the pictures stolen from internet, from social media. Once past that phase, the scammer actually would introduce a kind of investment opportunity. In the pig butchering scenario, it will introduce a fraudulent or fake cryptocurrency exchange website. So what do those websites look like? And what kind of common features and they will share? First of all, it's not searchable on Google, as the scammer does not want public attention. And it may tell the victim that this is the best kept secret. Besides Google search, it cannot be scanned by other popular tools, which can reveal the technology used by the website. So for example, build with, rep analysis, and what runs. And the domain, very likely, the domain will be very, very new. Actually, as the scam carry out, the scammer will need to constantly shut down the old ones and launch the new ones. And because of that, the website is being cloned frequently. So the help session and disclaimer session most likely is outdated because they cannot keep up the pace to update those information. And of course, the website will never tell you what is the customer service phone number, and they will never disclose where are they located because they will claim they are decentralized exchange. And finally, and since there's no real transaction occur, so you cannot see any transaction registered and searchable on the blockchain, which is a big red flag for anything claimed by the crypto exchange. So the material we're going to share today is from a scammer provided from a scammer from an actual case study. So before we go further, we want to introduce two concepts about the crypto exchange. First is centralized exchange. This is a more kind of traditional form of exchange. The exchange plays the custodian role and holds the crypto on behalf of the clients. So that's why they can enforce the control. They can and put up a limit and for the money when the money move in and move out. So a typical example would be Binance, Coinbase, and other the famous exchange. So the key thing about the centralized exchange is actually they are subject to regulation and has strong oversight from the government. On the other hand, the decentralized exchange, they do not hold client cryptos. So the client has full control of their wallet. Because of that, decentralized exchange, they cannot enforce limit. They cannot carry out, they cannot control, how you withdraw money because all the transactions are carried out by the smart contract. So decentralized exchange prioritize the user control and decentralization. For both centralized exchange and the decentralized exchange, all the transactions are visible on the blockchain. Just remember that. So whenever you come to a fraudulent exchange, so there is a red flags, and the most common ones would be the scammer will claim the exchange is decentralized, so the transaction is not visible to the public for better privacy. Actually, it's on the opposite. as we just discussed, right? All the transactions from decentralized exchange are visible over blockchain. The reason they're saying that is because there's no real transaction happen. The fraudulent website just simply update the numbers on the website itself to show the profit. The second thing is the exchange has a withdrawal limit to meet the regulatory mandate. This is scammers will tell you when you're trying to withdraw the money or when you build up a lot of profits. So actually, if it's a decentralized exchange, it does not control client's fund. The client should have a full control to decide and when and how much money they want to withdraw. The truth is, the fraudulent website use that as excuse to ask the victim to put in more money. It has no intention to allow the client to withdraw the fund as the fund has been laundered already. The money already gone. So now let's look at one fake exchange, and by looking at the Google search results, as you can see, the results coming back is very short. In this case, only seven results, right? And that's already including some people filing the complaints. Red flag. And you can also use a site operator from Google directly. In this case, it will tell you there's no match found at all. Besides Google search, you can also just look up the website itself. And the example I'm showing here is using lookup.icnn.org. So it will reveal a few red flags. First of all, this website claims it has over 2 million users, and it is established since 2018. However, the lookup results tells a different story. This website or this domain only created in early this year and only a few months young. So this is a common flag to detect potential malicious website. Just think about it, right? How that's possible. The exchange can attract over 2 million users in such short time period. It's a clear red flag. Let alone to say this is mismatch from how long and this website or this exchange has been established. Further, you can tell if it's a well-known exchange and you have 2 million users on this exchange doing the trading 24/7, you should expect very high traffic, internet traffic. However, by using the tool free tool offered by Moz, you can see it has very, very little internet traffic. There's a very inbound links connect to this website. For a comparison, if you compare to any other well-known exchange, for example, Coinbase, right? You can see link the domain number, inbound link, and ranking keywords are very, very high comparing to the fake exchange. So more than likely, only the victim and the scammers are actually using the fake website while you're actually chatting with the scammer. And further, if you open up the website, right, you can see some other cosmetic sign, but I also can tell you, the red flag, right? As I mentioned earlier, because those websites are cloned frequently and for many, many times. So it's impossible for the scammer to keep it up and updating, those bullet points, those help and disclaimer. So you can see those information are quite outdated, right? And this is at least 1 year old, at least 1 year old. So just in summary, right? So here we just pointed a handful warning sign. And if you dig further, you would see more actually here and there. But the key things is, the most important thing is, when you see those signs, don't choose to ignore them because you see those, fictitious return, right, happening and on the website and being claimed by the scammer, right? But you need to make determination to say, tell yourself this is a fake website. So finally, we come to, the conclusion piece, right? So again, do not trade on any unknown, unregulated platform. Do not trust one. Do not trust anyone. And especially when you first just know a few months, right? A few weeks, right? And discuss the investment. And anything too good to be true, probably it is. And once you confirmed it is a scam, cut off the loss right away and report to local law enforcement and FBI through the IC3 portal. So fighting the pig butchering scam, it's easy, but it's not easy, right? Because it's a mental game. It's a mental game. Here we are offering some, technique, trying to give you a definitely indicator, right? To tell you a binary flag. This is a red flag. This is a red flag. So for the next episode, we're going to further talk about, right? If you just you made a transaction, send the Bitcoin, send Ethereum to those websites, what's going to happen, right? Where does the money go? And where does the money end up? So hopefully today's session you find it helpful. You're adding another piece of a tool in your toolbox. And so that's all for today. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.